In this video, I'm going to be unboxing the Google Fitbit Air in the Obsidian Performance Band version, and I also ordered the Lavender Performance Band, so I'll show you what that looks like as well. So what first surprised me about the box is how tiny it is. It actually almost fits in the palm of my hand, so it's pretty compact packaging, which is always appreciated. And here we have a nice image of the color that you chose. On the side here, it says that it works with the new Google Health app. This is now the new app that has replaced the Fitbit app. And we have a little design here that says inside the box, we should be getting the band, the tracker, and a charging cable. And you can read here on the back of the box, it just says this is the Obsidian Performance Loop Band. And just do note here some of the requirements. You do need a Google account, the Google Health app. I'm not sure why it says AI personalization, but I guess you have to consent to that possibly. You need a compatible smartphone and a Google Health premium subscription for certain features. So you don't have to have a subscription if you don't want all the features, and it is actually pretty full featured without a subscription. If you want to learn more, you can go to these two websites, but also note that features and product specifications are subject to change without notice. So let's go ahead and take this off. And I believe we just slide it out here. There we go. All right. Okay, so we got another little indication here to slide this out, so I'll try to do this nicely for you. And there's our first look at the Google Fitbit Air in the Obsidian Performance Loop version. So looks like we just pull here. All right, so that is the band and tracker. And it looks like this is the charging cable. And we have some instructions here on how to attach the charging cable. Let's see if there's anything worthwhile in here. Some sort of papers. We have a warranty and regulation guide. And I'm assuming this is a little quick start. So download the Google Health app to start using Google Fitbit Air, and optional premium membership. I'm going to look at this in a moment. Let's go ahead and get this off. So this should be Velcro, so I'm going to go ahead and detach it that way. And it looks like that is the way we were intended to do that. Okay, so that does come all the way out. And we have a little protection here over the sensor, so I'll go ahead and take that off. So essentially, this is what we have. This is the tracker. Has a heart rate and some other sensors here, and the sensor array on the back. And then on the front of the tracker, we have a G logo for Google, because Fitbit is now owned by Google, if you hadn't got that memo yet. And the tracker is removable. That's how you switch bands, actually. I'll go over that in a second when I open the other band, I guess. I want to show you quick how to attach the charging cable, so I'll go ahead and take that out here. Okay, it's got another little protective cover on it, so take that off. All right, so feels familiar to a Pixel Watch charger if you already have one of those. So it is in the white color. It has two little charging pin things there that will connect to the back of the tracker. You can kind of see those here. We have those little gold pins there. So maybe it's not magnetic actually. And we do have a USB Type-C here. So what you would do is you would need some sort of USB-C power source, whether it's like a tablet or a laptop or a power bank, or you can have one of these wall adapters. But you do need to supply that. It doesn't come in the box. And But once you have that attached to your power source, then we just line up this on the back, and I'm assuming it can go either direction, but I guess we'll test it. And I do know in advance that there's this little LED on the side. It's probably hard to see right now, but when I plug it in, it should light up. So I'm just going to try to show you this. Plugging it in, there is a little vibration. See, now you see that LED lighting up. And it looks like it is white at the moment. So I think that means it's charging. Let me try it the other way. And that is not a hugely... Didn't feel... I mean, it felt really easy to take off. But when I'm doing this, it's not coming off. Let me try it really hard. Okay, so if you try it really hard, it does come off. But let me try that again the other way, just to verify it is bidirectional. So just to prove that, I'll do that again and show you the LED comes up. So it is bidirectional. And the LED has some other things that I'll go over in a future video, but for now, when you first put it on, it should be blinking white, which means charging. All right, so I'm gonna take that off for now, and we're gonna try to see how to, well, first I'll put it on my wrist. All right, so as you can see here, my dominant wrist, or my right wrist, slightly snug, is 17.3 centimeters, which is 173 millimeters, or approximately 6.81 inches. So it can look something like this. And again, my wrist was currently measuring 173 millimeters. So that's what it looks like there. According to the back of this extra band accessory, it says the Performance Loop Band comes in one size, and it should fit wrists 130 to 210 millimeters around. So my wrist currently being 173 is about exactly right in the middle of that. So depending on your wrist size, you may have more or less of the band left over, and that might look different on your wrist, for example. But let's go ahead and see what it's like to take out this little tracker. I'm assuming we just use both our thumbs. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little more close up. So the tracker's here, the band is here, so I'm just using my thumbs here kind of on either side of the G. And I'm going to push the tracker. I'm going to push the tracker this way or toward the background. So yeah, it just kind of came out like that. Didn't take too much force. And I can just plop it out like that. So we have the wristband, the tracker, and the charging cable. And that is everything that comes inside the box. So just one other thing to know, or two other things to know. This little tracker is made in Vietnam. If you can read that there, it says made in Vietnam. It also says that on the back of the box here, made in Vietnam, accessories made in China. And that is what the back of the accessory only box says, is made in China. So in case you wanted to know that. But yeah, this is kind of just a little close-up of the tracker. I don't know what kind of special numbers there are on the side, but it's a little bit bigger on the back, and it's got the sensor array with the two little charging pins. And let's go ahead and see what the Lavender band looks like. So I'm going to go quick unbox this for you as well. So this is a image of the Lavender band. So one difference is that the clasp should be looks like a polished silver to me, whereas this is kind of a matte black. Otherwise, it should be the same materials. And again, it's one size, fits 130 to 210 millimeters around. And it just says Google Fitbit Air band. So let's go ahead and unbox that. Got the Google logo here, and it looks like we just kind of pull it out. Or I guess you could have pulled that up. And that's what that looks like. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't look lavender to me. It looks kind of like a shade of blue, which I'm happy because I prefer blue over purple color. So, not sure why it's called lavender, but I can verify, unless I am colorblind, which I'm not to my knowledge, this is a blue color. So it does indeed have this polished silver clasp there. And then again, we just undo the Velcro, and you can take this all the way out if you want. And I'll just show you these two colors side by side. They are indeed look to be the same length. And this is the color of the plastic and the clasp. Show you it on the other side from different angles and lights. And then the band nylon portion. That's how the colors look. Different angles and lights. And then I'll go ahead and show you how to place this in the band. So putting the tracker in the band. And you can see that it does have that little translucency there so that the LED can shine through. I believe we just line up the G so that the clasp is on top. And all we really should need to do is push it in. So let me just try to show you that here. I'm going to push it in. I heard a nice click, and it feels like it's in there securely. So the color of the pebble, I believe, is the same no matter what band you get, but I could be wrong about that. But either way, it's pretty much hidden while you're wearing it, so it shouldn't really be a consideration for your purchase decision if you're going to buy this. So again, we just thread that through, put it over our wrist. Now you want to make sure that the tracker is lined up on the top of your wrist because that is how it is intended to be worn. So don't wear it with the tracker or the G on the bottom of your wrist like this. Don't do that. I mean, you're welcome to, but there's no guarantee that all the metrics will be accurate in that case, because that is not how it's been tested. And I do try to wear it about 1 finger width above the wrist bone for the most accurate measurements. And I do try to wear it a little bit snug. So something like this. I can usually fit at least 1 finger. 2 takes a little more effort, but it shouldn't be moving on your wrist when you're moving your wrist quite a bit. So that is how I wear it, how I recommend wearing it, and that is what the lavender color looks like on my wrist. Again, 173 millimeters in size. And for comparison, I guess I can just show the black directly next to the lavender, or obsidian next to the lavender as well, just to give you that side-by-side look. Try to make it a little prettier. So yeah, there's the Obsidian versus Lavender Performance Loop Band, I believe it's called. Yeah. And in case you're wondering, the tracker by itself weighs 5 grams. And the Obsidian band is 7. Lavender band, also 7. Lavender and tracker, we got 12 grams. Obsidian and tracker, also 12 grams. So, alright, so if you want to see how to do the initial pairing to your phone or setting this up with your phone, I'm going to link that here on the screen and also in the description below if you can't find it on the screen. And if you want to see that video, go ahead and click there. Otherwise, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you want to watch more Google Fitbit Air videos, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video.